Hi guys, this is Vishal from BreVITy and this is my placement story. So before we get into the heart of this video, I want to clarify a few things about me especially. So first of all, I know many of you guys are thinking like DSA is like the heart of programming, it's probably one of the most important subjects. I'm not saying I disagree with you, it's not my thing. I'm not a fan of DSA. I know this is kind of ironic because 90% of the videos on our channel is going to be about DSA, but I'm just not a great fan of them, that's all I'll tell you. I've always found more pleasure in building projects, programs, applications that work. Second thing I want you guys to know is that communication skills will play a huge role in your interviews. So, DSA will take you from A to Z, but anything after that is just how you market yourself, how you talk to your interviewer. It's pretty much entirely your communication skills. So, my communication skills have always been above average, to say the least. I'm being humble here. I've been told my presentation skills and everything is actually pretty good. So I didn't have any problems cracking interviews that way. I kind of sort of already knew that if I got to the face-to-face interview part, then there's a very good chance I'm going to ace it. So with that out of the way, let's jump into the rest of this video. My placement story actually starts at April 2020. Now, yes, that is very late. The ideal time, I suppose, would be to start around October, November-ish to prepare for your placements, but I started really late. So there's a bunch of reasons for this. One was, I guess I was a little overconfident at first. I thought it's just DSA, it's just stacks and trees, and what could go wrong, right? Well, a lot could go wrong. So that was one thing. Obviously my peers, like even the people I make the videos, even the people that make the videos on this channel, they started their training long before me. So they had this incredible head start over me. So the first few Super Dream companies had just been announced. It was not that good for me. So as you can imagine, I wasn't really that thorough with data structures and algorithms, and pretty much all the online tests, everything was about data structures and algorithms. So after that, it was like a big revelation to me that I need to start working on it. So the thing is, what you should take away from this is that practice is very important. Practice is key. Practice will take you anywhere. So as soon as possible, get your basics and fundamentals straight and then start doing codes. Just if placements is your, if that is what your aim is, if you want to get into one of the big companies, you need to start preparing right away. And you need to make sure that your fundamentals are very thorough, because you can't, you don't want to go into a really complicated problem, but you don't want to like not be able to solve it because you forgot something that was very basic. So coming back to my placements, slot 1 was a slaughter, to put it lightly. I didn't get shortlisted for any of the companies. Now, as you can expect, that was obviously very hard on me, but the biggest blow for me was PayPal. They had the criteria, the CGPA criteria as 8, if I'm not mistaken, or 8 or 8.5-ish, something like that, and I gave the online test for that. There were just 2 coding questions. One was some number-based, some math-based question, and the other one was graph, I think graph traversal or shortest path. I'm not sure, but either way, I got both the codes, right? But in the I was all but certain I was going to get shortlisted. I had started looking up all these last-minute interview tips and all these videos. I had it in my mind that yes, I got both the codes. It's over. It's done. I'm going to get shortlisted. But as fate would have it, I didn't get shortlisted. So my confidence level was at an all-time low at this point. Like when placement season started, I could tell you I considered myself as equals to my peers. But as it went on and as my friends were getting placed, I started doubting myself. Now that is quite natural in such a situation, right? Because you think you are at a certain level, but then you're not able to perform at that level, whereas others can. So you start thinking, okay, maybe something's wrong. But this would be the logical way to think. Another thing that got into my head was this was the best test I'd given in slot 1. I'd done everything right. I met the CGPA criteria. I got the codes. Despite this, I didn't get shortlisted. So my thought process went like, okay, even if I pull so hard, and even if I'm able to do this, and if I still don't get shortlisted, then no amount of effort I give will make any difference. Like I thought this was the peak. Like beyond this, it's not possible. So after that, everything went downhill for the next couple of months, I'd say. So what the key takeaway from this should be is that your expectations will definitely lead to disappointment. So don't peak your expectations that high. Don't expect to move a mountain at your first try or something like that. I mean, you can. I'm not saying you can't. It is absolutely possible. But don't have your expectations so high that when you are faced with rejection, you just like plummet yourself down into hell. Now, that is very negative, and that will probably affect you for the rest of your placement season. Now at this point, peer pressure had also started building up a lot, because many of my friends who I thought of as competitors, I'd say in a way, they started getting placed. They were getting offers. They had gotten full-time offers. They were getting shortlisted for interviews. Now that itself was a big blow to me, because I felt like maybe it just wasn't enough. Like what I was doing was not enough. So there was this anxiety and self-doubt that I'd say it flooded my mind. Like my thoughts were all negative for a good while. At this point, I'm not going to tell you some bullshit like, don't feel that way, it'll pass, everyone is running a different race. I could tell you that. Maybe right now it'll make you feel better, but when you are in that position, it's not going to make any difference. No matter what anyone tells you like that, it's not going to make difference. See, the truth is bitter. The truth is that your peers had worked 100 times as hard as you. Some may even have worked may not have worked as hard as you, but they got it anyway. Now, there's also luck, right? Some people might be luckier than you. Now, if you spend time feeling bad for yourself and thinking like this could have been, how is he better than me? How did he get this? How did he get that? Or how did she get this? Why is she getting this? I'm so much better than her. Now, these are all negative emotions, right? So if you start feeling this way, you're already on your path all the way down to the bottom. You will hit rock bottom if you continue on this course. So my suggestion would be, rather than feeling contempt or jealousy, just feel happy for your peers, right? I mean, they are your batchmates. They were probably in your same shoes. Obviously, once you hit this point, it's kind of hard to get back up. So, like I said, if I give you any inspirational message, if I tell you any motivational quotes, it's not going to help you. Like seriously, words will not help you that much. Especially these kind of words, like they only invalidate what you're feeling. That is kind of toxic in a way. So I'd say like it's not healthy. So my suggestion, my advice to you would be, surround yourself with people who know how to cheer you up, no matter what. So these would be your parents, your siblings, and just pick a close circle of friends, like people who you can trust a lot. These don't even have to be your batchmates. It could be your juniors, it could be people from other colleges, it could be your school friends. Just make a circle, a support circle if you will. Like these people, they will stand with you no matter what. Once you have this and once you hit rock bottom, go talk to them. Just talk to them. They will try their best. They will try the level best to make you feel better. And this is the best thing I found that will help you get out of this. Like, they will not say stuff like, this is not true, that is not true. They will understand what you're saying, because they can maybe empathize with you because they know you're there, or at the very least they will have something nice to say to you, right? Now at that point, that is one of the key things that you require. So that is that. And the main takeaway I'd say from this is like, no matter how cutthroat the competition gets, don't lose your friends, right? Don't lose your friends, don't lose your people. Like, no matter what happens, the real ones, they'll always stay for you. They'll be there for your highs, they'll be there for your lows as well. That's all I'll say. So slowly I got back into the grind. I started doing more problems on lead code, hack rank. You know the drill, come on, everyone knows the drill. So I was doing that, and Super Dream offers were still going on. At this point it was around late July, and my DSA skills had improved quite exponentially. So at this point I could solve maybe 7 out of 10 questions I pick up on any platform. So August came, August 4th, I had my online exam for Nielsen. Now the online exam, it had 3 questions to begin with. So to get to the next question, each question had a separate timer sort of thing. So if I wanted to go to the second question, I'll have to wait until like I finish the first question or the timer runs out on the first question. So the first question was some basic problem solving stuff. It wasn't any specific algorithm. They gave a set of constraints, we just had to implement that. Second question was some puzzle solving related. We had a string and then we had to reduce it to a smaller substring sort of thing. I don't remember the exact details of the question. It was like a pair of characters can be replaced with another character. You had to minimize the length of that character sort of thing. So that was the second question. And third question was graph coloring, which was, by that point I had written that code maybe 3 to 4 times already just in these online platforms. So online test was a breeze, but this time I made sure I didn't have any expectations. So the last time the mistake I did was I got ahead of myself. Like obviously, okay, this may not be applicable for all batches. I can only speak for my experience, right? So the 2021 batch, that is my batch, amidst all this COVID, the lockdown and all that, our placements was less than conventional. That's the kindest way to put it. It was difficult for the students. I bet it was difficult for the recruiters as well to shortlist. So everything was online and all that. So I basically got myself into this mindset that whatever happened with PayPal, like whatever happened because of that. Now, whatever happened at that time, it can be because of many different reasons. Now, they might have had some different internal criteria, like the company during the shortlisting and all that. Maybe there was something that I had no control over. There was no point musing over it. I can only move forward. The more I get stuck in the past, it's gonna destroy my opportunities which come to me in the future. So with this mindset, I was after the online test for Nielsen, I didn't expect even to get shortlisted. I had zero expectations. I was like, if I get shortlisted, fine, I'll give an interview. If I get rejected in an interview, fine, that's cool. I get experience. So the next interview I go for, I can do better. I know more about what I'm able to say, where I choked, what I said wrong. I can at least analyze what went wrong, right? So experience is always good. So August 4th, around evening sometime, I think. I don't remember the exact time, but I remember it was August 4th. The shortlist came and my name was in it. So obviously I was euphoric. This is my first interview, right? It's been 6 months or so. Okay, maybe not 6 months. Maybe it's been 4 to 5 months, and this was my first interview. So I was stoked. I was like, okay, this is my first interview. I'm gonna go ballistic. So the thing was, August 5 was my birthday, right? So already the excitement level was a little high. But the thing is, usually on my birthday, I know this seems a little off topic, but I'll get to the point. So usually on my birthday, I used to go out with my friends. We used to hang out like all day, and then we used to come back to my place. We used to celebrate a lot. But this time, because of the lockdown, obviously we couldn't do anything. I had to stay at home. I had to celebrate with my parents. My grandparents came over. They stay nearby, so they came over, and my brother was there. And yeah, basically it was just the family. Now, I wouldn't have had it any other way this year actually, because see, at this point I hadn't been placed yet, and all my friends who did get placed, they have to relocate, they have to move away from their families again. Now, this lockdown was a blessing in disguise in a way, because I get to spend all this time with my family. So even if I have to relocate somewhere, and I won't get this time again, I won't get this entire duration where I'm at home with my parents, with my brother, and with my grandparents. My grandparents, No, the thing is, like, obviously I can come visit them, but it's not going to be for this long. Like, how many months has it been since lockdown, right? So that was that. And my advice, my point from all of this is that no matter what happens, just enjoy your time, whatever you have. If you're a day scholar, enjoy your time at home. You don't know where you're going to be posted. You don't know how things are going to change for you, right? So enjoy your time at home. If you're a hostler, enjoy your time with your friends at hostel, because everyone is going to be going to different parts of the country. Maybe you guys end up in the same place. Maybe you guys don't. It's a gamble. So whatever time you have in the hostel, just spend it together. Enjoy it. That is the essence of college life, I feel. Now the grind can get really intense, but don't forget to live. That's what I'll tell you. So August 6th around 9:45 AM we had the pre-placement talk from the folks over at Nielsen, and they basically told us how their work culture is, the tech stack they use, and the CTC split up and all that. Is basically what pre-placement talks contain. So at 11 I had my first round of interview. This was a technical interview. Now the first question that the interviewer asked me was, are you nervous? Now my answer was a resounding no. It had been, like, for the past few months I had faced failure in the face more times than I could remember, probably more times than I'd faced in my entire life. Like the rejection, right? Even if you get rejected, it will make you stronger. It's all a matter of perspective. It's how you take it, right? So I told him no, and then after a few more general questions, he started asking me few technical questions. It was first question, if I remember correctly, was binary tree related, and something to do with leaf nodes. We had to find the leaf nodes or something. Then there were some questions about sorting algorithms, time complexity. There were also a couple of aptitude questions after that. So after all this, I even messed up on aptitude question, to be honest. Like, I remember, like, I kind of got confused in between, and then I had to, like, eyeball it in a way. Now my advice again would be, if you don't know the answer to a question, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Nobody can know everything, right? Just make sure you make an active attempt to arrive at a solution. And while doing so, you think loudly, as in you speak out whatever you're thinking, just say it out to your interviewer. So he knows what angles you're looking at, like how you think. Now this could impress your interviewer more than straight to the face correct answer. Again, this is based on what I've heard and from my friends' experiences, so asterisks, terms and conditions apply. So think out loud. This is the single most important advice I can give anyone. So if you're thinking of some approach, just talk it out. Talk to the interviewer who is asking the questions. Let him know how your train of thought works. Let him know how you approach different problems. Now this could end up impressing them more than a straight up answer. I mean, obviously even when you give an answer, you are expected to explain it, but when you go this route, it gives you more room for your thoughts, right? So it's all about that. You need to show that you can solve problems like this. This is how you approach problems. This is how you will try to arrive at a solution. So then he had asked me, like, what was my field, like what was my preferred field. I was like, I've been doing a lot of web dev. I make a lot of web apps. So he asked me a few web dev related questions. So this was pretty easy actually. So I didn't have much expectation from this job. So it was still in the morning, and I was really exhausted after that. It went on for an hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. I don't exactly remember the time, but I was kind of exhausted after this, and I decided maybe I'll take a small nap and then I can get back to my daily work, the grind. And then I go to bed, and 5 minutes later I get a call from the PAT office telling me to get back to the interview. Like the round 2 is scheduled in 5 minutes, so I have to get back there. So I got back as fast as I can, and as expected, this was the HR round. And here again, related to the field, I said like any projects I've done. They had my resume all along, so obviously they asked me questions from my projects. one advice I could give you here is, if you're putting a project in your resume, make sure you can explain every single line of it, because that will make the difference between selected or rejected. Now, if he finds out there is a chance that you copied the code from somewhere else and you don't know how it works and you just like copy paste code, that is a huge red flag to anyone, not just a recruiter, right? So make sure if you're putting a project, it doesn't even have to be your own project, as in like it doesn't have to be a solo project. You could have worked with your peers, you could have worked with so many people, but make sure you know what it does, you know what exactly it does, right? You should know what each module is responsible for. So with that out of the way, he asked me a lot of questions from my projects. So all of them were web dev related. I remember he was asking me about HTTP, different types of methods that are there, and like the different type of requests, get requests, post requests, etc. And then he asked me something about Ajax. Then there were a few database related questions. We had to like construct a query sort of thing. This was also related to my project, in the sense that I told him like what are the different models that are there in the project, and he'll be like, if I wanted this from this, what kind of query will I have to construct? So that was that. And then finally he had a bunch of psychometric questions, I'd say. He gave me a few situations, and he was like, how will you react to this if someone does this at the workplace, and what will be your reaction to it? So all this, it depends completely on your model compass, the way you think. So I can't give you any exact advice per se for this. I just say be yourself. No, that is the general advice I give you. Just be yourself. Don't try to become someone else. Don't try to become the person you think the company wants. Just be yourself. Now, if you are yourself, and if you do get selected, it's a win-win for both of you, right? Now, even after this round, I wasn't exactly told if I was selected or rejected. Again, I made sure I had no expectations. I actually knew a lot of people who got shortlisted along with me after the coding round. So I knew for a fact that they also had a round 2. So this was around the evening. I got a mail with the shortlist, and my name was in it. So the first thing I felt was a little empty, because I didn't know how to feel. Now, for months I've been working towards this goal, and then it finally happened. But after that, it was just euphoria. It was complete euphoria. And it was relieving. It was very relieving, to be honest, because one, the COVID thing, everyone has been running around for jobs, right? It's been particularly difficult to find jobs, and I was able to score a job here. And my hard work paid off. It always feels good when your hard work pays off, right? So that was that. To summarize this video, I'd say improve your communication skills. Lower your expectations. Don't expect anything, but so when things actually happen, you'll still feel happy anyway. And confidence is key. I know you probably heard this a lot, but I can't stress enough on how important it is. And then first, your positive mental attitude plays a major role. Always think positively, no matter what happens. There's always a next time. VIT is full of opportunities. You will get another chance. And don't lose your friends to the competition. And when it comes to interviews, I'd say just be yourself. Think out loud when someone asks you a question. Whether you know the answer or not, just think out loud, state a few alternative methods, just go ham, and be clear about your projects. Be crystal clear about your projects. And last advice I can give is enjoy your last year of college. You're not going to get it again. Once it's over, it's straight to corporate life, and all you can do is sit and reminisce about the time you had at college. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any feedback, do leave it in the comments below, or you can hit us up in the Discord anytime. So that's it then. Thank you. See you guys next video.
Imagine your 5 years later self seeing this. What would you like to tell him?
I hope you're still alive. I forgive you.
Hope you guys enjoy. Comment, like, share and subscribe if you like this.
Robin.
relate to my future self. You need better friends. You need better friends.